Hello everyone, my name is Saldatsu. Today I'll be going over a Dabi tutorial. I'll be showcasing his abilities, his playstyle in each environment, some builds you can use for him, some matchups he can go up against with a little bit of gameplay. So without further ado, let's just get ready. I don't know why Deku, Midoriya, Isuku, whatever you want to call it, spawn here, but just leave it there. It's just fine. He thinks he owns the city. So real quick, going over his basic abilities. His first ability, the A at level 1, is a projectile that tracks people. You see how far it goes? Pretty good distance, but it travels pretty slow. So if you target someone, it's going to track them. So you can just aim wherever you want to really worry about it that much. So you see how far I'm aiming and it's still hitting her. He hit it for like 34. Doesn't do that much damage compared to DPS or damage characters. So it's just for poke damage, and also it's good for when you're afar and you hit them and you know their guard is broken or something. You just can throw one and then heal up, and then when it hits them, it's going to cancel their healing, and that way you got the health advantage, you know? For his second ability is his B ability. You can place it down. It's like a mine. It's a circular area, and if enemies walks on them, then it's going to explode. Enemies only see the like tiny fire in the middle, like even more like less than that. And you can place down multiple, I think up to 5 of them, and it's going to be a slow recharge rate. You're gonna get like 3 of them, and at level 1 it does like 60 damage or so. You see right there, it's going to push enemies away. Fun thing to do with this ability, you can also place it in the air, and when you place it in the face of someone, let's say he's like pushing you and it's like a Ida or a melee character, you can just place it down in the air. The air mines do more damage than the normal ones, like 20 more damage or so. And if you place it down in their face, then it's going to blow up like instantly instead of, gotta wait a little bit. But instead of placing it down and like waiting to like activate the ability, you see? It takes a little bit longer to activate the ability, but if you place it in the air, bam, it doesn't even, register the circular on the air, and it just blows up. For his third ability, it's like a surround ring of fire that you place down. It acts like a shield, so if somebody's attacking you from afar with a projectile or something, then the projectile is going to stop in the outer area. You see this around over here, and also if the enemy is inside the circle, then it's going to protect you the other way around. So let's say Ochako is shooting at me, then I can just play it defensively. It also does damage, but I can go back here, right? And if she goes inside, she's going to get, burned, and also she cannot really attack me. So that's your chance if you are low or something. You can just place down the shield, maybe dodge, and then heal up. If she falls down, she doesn't have shields on her own, and if she stays in the fire, then she's going to get knocked. Other thing to do with this ability is to push enemies away. Let's say she's like right in your face, then you can push them away a little bit at level 1, and that's your chance. She's gonna get like knocked back, and you can place at least one mine, I think. So you push it away, place one mine, then shoot, and then go back. Play more defensively. And other than that, you can also try to like time your, or like more or less calculate more where the ability can be placed. So at level 1, you see the distance, and if she stays in this ring over here, then she's going to take like at least 100 damage or so. So you can try to calculate or something where the perimeter is. The level 1 is pretty close. So you wanna damage enemies with this ability, you can, but you need to, kind of memorize where it is you're going to place it. Right, so now I got my abilities at level 4. If you don't know, each character gets like a better buff when they are at ability level 4. You see Dabi gets like a longer range and travel speed for his main A ability, his projectile. It's going to, of course, hit harder. And for the mines, as you can see over here, this is a level 4 mine, and this is a level 1, 2, and 3 mine. So you see the area is a little bit bigger, so it's going to be easier to hit. The air mine is not really that different. It's going to be like mostly the same, but it's going to do a lot more damage. And for the ring of fire, you can see it's a lot bigger. It got a better cooldown, and all abilities going to get a better cooldown. I also got like one more mine and one more bullet for my two attacks. Now it does 48 damage. The mine will do like 120 damage. That's pretty good. And the air mine is going to do like 120 damage or so. But you'll see the perimeter or the shield dome is going to do 29 damage. And once you master like the area it's going to surround, then that way you're going to do like most of your damage. You see there, it does like 200 or so damage when you put it right, and it's going to do like most of your damage when the zone is like pretty like tiny. So now I got my abilities at level 9, and for level 9 abilities they get a other like better buff now. I believe the travel speed is mostly the same, and the cooldown is a little bit better. I got two more of the main A attack, the travel projectile. For the mines, you see over here, this is the level 9 mine. Level 1, level 4, and then level 9 is a lot bigger. The air mine, you see the limit is 5 mines, so if I place it down, the level 1 will disappear. But you can see it's mostly the same for the air mines. But the buff of the surround mine is pretty cool. Of course, you're going to do more damage, and also the perimeter. Look at that. It's a lot bigger now, and it does way more damage. And I think it's pretty good for circle, the final circle, because you can just place it again. You see the cooldown is pretty fast, so you're gonna have like a better uptime. The mines will do like 200 damage now. The air mines will do a little bit less, surprisingly. But the main attack to do 57 damage is going to be really good for poke damage and damage from afar or hidden or something. So for leveling up your abilities, I believe leveling up your ring of fire is going to be the best one for you on the end game. You see, I didn't calculate that much, but getting the better cooldown and the better like surround area and that much damage like all around, it's going to help you a lot building damage in the end zone. So the other abilities, they're pretty fine for the ending. You can just place down the mine all around, and they'll they'll be doing damage also. But I think the Ring of Fire is going to be a lot better because it's going to protect you for you to be able to heal up. It's going to do a lot damage, and it's going to be active a lot of times. You see the ring active again, and the main attack is pretty good also. The mines, you can level them up, but I don't think they're priority. At least for me, I like to level up the Ring of Fire, but that's up to you. Last ability Dabi has is his special action. So when you go down, it's good for thirsty players. Uh, when you go down and you're crawling around the floor, and somebody's trying to finish you off by doing his terminal, like special kind of like finishing, then you can press your special ability button, and it will do like a ring around you, similar to like this size over here. That is going to push enemies away. It's going to do like a shield around you, and you're not gonna be able to. they're not gonna be able to finish you off right away, and it'll be helpful for like clutch moments. I don't really have that many, but I do have like two or three when I press my special ability and I survive because of it. So, if also another thing is pretty rare, but you can try, right? So if somebody's trying to finish you off and you press your special ability, then it can act as like a mini shield for your teammates. If your teammates stare around you or try to heal you up, uh, then they're gonna get a mini shield for them. Also, one thing is pretty hard to master also, but there's a sweet spot for Davi and his ring of fire when you push enemies away. I think it doesn't really work for the level 9 ability, but for the other two, you see when he pushes enemies away, it does a little bit damage, and I believe at level 4 or level 1, there's one way to push enemies onto the ring outside this ring, and they will take in extra damage. It's pretty hard to do it, and really, like right there, I did it. Yeah, you just need to find like the sweet spot, and that will be doing a lot of damage. Um, Instead of just putting it and hopefully they run into it. But that's it for David abilities, and I'll be going to the zones now and show you more or less the playstyle and also the playstyle like with other characters. Okay, now I'll be showing you the playstyle with Dabi against other characters. Characters like Bakugo and Todoroki, uh, maybe Mount Lady and Deku. They got projectiles. You can use your dome and play around it. If it goes inside your dome, of course, then you go outside and try to like juggle like around the map and use cover. At least for Bakugo, cover doesn't really work that much because he peers through buildings and other stuff like that. But against other characters, then you just play around the environment, and if he gets too close, then hit him away. Then use mines. Don't really stay on your mines because they blow up if they get hit. Like if I stay over here, I got the dome, but eventually it's comes down, and when it goes down, I try to dodge if he sees me. But if you stay in your mine that way, it will blow up, but it won't really damage anything if it's not inside the mine. But uh, so you can try to like place the dome, place some mines, and then play like not inside your mines, but like around them. So when he gets close, then you dodge into your mines, right? And it's just play around your circle and spam like abilities. Try not to get like zero in, like waste all your ammo because that way your cooldown will be longer and you won't really have that much active time. But you can be aggressive, pushing to his face when the dome is like right beside him. But if you don't hit, you know, there's consequences, right? You saw right there. When he go inside, I went outside and just play it like that. Play it a little more aggressive right here because he's uh he's like pushed into the corner. And when he's slow, you can try to play aggressive like this, press a mine maybe. And that's pretty much it for Bakugo right now. And other, projectile characters. Now I got a Ida trying to attack me. For Ida, he's a little bit harder to play against, same as like Kirishima or like All Might or melee characters. Because if you don't got mines already placed, then they're gonna give you like a hard time. But try to place mines, try to play like around them. So when they attack and try to like melee hit you, then they get hit by the mines instead of taking all the damage in. So play around your mines. If he pushes me right now, then he's going to get hit by it almost right like right there. And if he hits you, I know going to like be like panicking and all that, but try to maintain your cool and let him hit you if you know got your health and you can tank it. Because if he hits me right now, let me see, he's an AI, you know, got the AI gameplay here. So let me try to get hit by him. So let him hit you, and when you're down, try to place the dome, push him back, and place even more mines. Because some good lead up players, when they hit you, they're gonna do like the combo, and if you try to like get out of the combo, then you know you do this, and when you're falling, they're gonna hit you like again, and the ability is going to get wasted that way. So try to get hit and then fall down, and that way, you see he's like powering through my abilities. That's why he's like pretty bad against you. You gotta place, you know, play really smart and play ahead of time, right? So don't wait for him to push you. Try to, you know, play around the mines, the dome, and all that. And when he's, you know, like burned like that, then you can you're free to do like the main attack damage, the A attack, and that way you'll be, you know, hitting him pretty easily. So I'm here with I think it's Kirishima, his name. And one thing I noticed is that if you get hit by him or by any, you know, enemy, then you got your chance to place some mines. Like I let it gonna get hit, then spam the mine ability. And you can place down two of them while you're in the air, and then another one where you're, you know, uh, in the floor, and it's going to be like a little bit faster because if you try to place them like this, then it's going to be like a little bit longer to place. But Kirishima is a little bit easier to dodge than Nida, but he's still, you know, pretty hard for you. But try to stay away from him, you know, try stay your distance, and you'll be probably fine. Alright, so here I got Shigaraki. He's gonna be another interesting spy for you. He destroys like all of your mind with all his abilities except for the grab. So don't really worry about like placing mines. Just try to play around your dome and try to stay away from him and play like around your dome like you do in like a game like Overwatch with Winston Bubble. Like try to stay like on the far part and use your main attack. Don't really bother with the mines unless you know he's going to grab you or he wasted all his abilities. Then that way you can use the mines to defend yourself against the grab. But if he gets close, like if he gets too close and you really don't have anything else, then you can just, you know, hit him away, and that will do some damage. Push him away and wait for your cooldowns to get back. Try not to waste all your ammo. Let them recharge by time, and just play around your what's it called dome and cooldowns. Here we are in the raining city. So I recommend this city over the fire one because it has like smaller buildings and it has also like more alleyways for you to use. Because the playstyle in the city is like you can place down mines where you know people cannot really dodge or move around the mines, and they're most likely to pass through them, right? So you can just place down the mines in the alleyways, and over here, like in this area, you really have like a perimeter, and if somebody passes through this one, you can just place down, defend, and all that. Dabi is a pretty technical character, you know, hence his class, the purple one, and he plays mostly passively, but you can play aggressively if you like, because if you want to chase someone, you can just shoot at them, you know, and if you catch up and he's like right in front of you, you can place down of these kind of mines and like stay a little bit back, like stay like around here, you know, if they're on the other side, and stay like around here because if they push you or try to hit you, then they're gonna, you know, get hit by the mine. Also, try to place down the mine when you're about to fall down, because that way you can just place the mine, like the flying mine, close to the ground, and it's almost the same thing. It's just gonna be like a little bit, tinier. Another thing you can do in the city is like setting up like a perimeter in a building, and you can just heal up over here. And if you want, I don't know how, but some people can jump like over the mine, so you can just place down like two more. If you know people are most likely to come from this door because they're like in this pillar or like over there and they saw you and they're coming this way and they're going to go through this door, then you can just place down two more. Also, another thing to be careful with is like some people eventually are going to know that you can hit the mines and they explode. One thing to do in the city, there's this movement, this kind of movement like a ninja you can use to climb buildings. You just need to find like alleyways like this one that they have two buildings pretty close to each other, and you just can like wall climb side to side by spamming A, right? And one thing, the farther the alleyway or the farther the buildings are, the slower you're gonna go, but it's still pretty good to use. Also with the build, like I was talking about, you can use the the movement, and you just can run up buildings. So that way, when people are like trying to run from you, like say there's a Bakugo and you got him low, and he's like flying up there, you just can wall run, and you're gonna catch up with him pretty quick. Also, another thing to do when you're like up in the buildings, try of course not to stay in the open like this, right? Try to find like a building like this one that you just need to worry about like over there or over here. And if you know they're gonna push you, try to place the mines in the edges, and that way when they are trying to climb up, right, from the side, then they're gonna be stuck in like a climbing animation when they get up, and they're not really gonna be able to dodge or do anything about the mine. And the reaction time, if you place it right, like over here or something, then if you climb up, it's gonna be like almost too late to see the mine. Because people, when they see the mine, they're gonna see like the tiny little fire, more or less. They're not gonna see the perimeter or something, like the circular one. That's only for you and your team, almost. And so, if people are like climbing your building, then place the mine in the edges. Then when they get up, they're gonna be stuck in like that animation right there, and they're gonna be like hit with the mine. And if they don't got shields, they're gonna be blown away, right? So that's how you play Dabi in the city right now. Let's go to the other place. So here we are in the like plains environment. Let's say it's like the default environment, like all around the map. Like it's really like all bushes and trees, and it's not really like vertical. Then that way, Davi, he's like medium, like he's not that bad, right? But you can just place mines all around, and it depends, how the circle is. So let's say the circle is like closing, and it's closing like there's a storm that way, and there's people this way. So that way, like there can be some people coming from the storm. So you just set a perimeter, right, and more or less cover that thing over there, and just keep running this way, and try to place like around the circle, not really in the middle, because that way you're gonna be less worried about people coming from behind you and all that, and you can just cover like one way of the area with the mines. Also in the plains there are gonna be a lot of bushes, right? Sorry. And you can just, if you know there's been a fight over here, or if you're just curious, you can just fire one projectile, and if you notice they move somewhere, then there's most likely a person that way. And if you hit them, then you're just gonna try to find them more or less. Try to place mines where there's bushes, because people are gonna see the tiny fire. So try to place them in the bushes, right? And if they hit them, they're that way, and that's how you find people like all around these bushes. It's annoying when they, just run away, and you cannot really find them as other characters, right? So you just place mines and try to fire and scan the area more or less. If the projectiles don't move anywhere, then there's most likely not people there. But remember, when when people are like behind cover or something, then the projectile is not really gonna track them, right? So you just gotta be careful with that. So going to the nets area, here we are in the broken city. It's pretty good for Dabi, same as the normal city, but there's gonna be like a lot more openings than the city, and there's gonna be harder ways to find, most likely none ways to find a way for you to do the ninja wall climb, because you can try to do them, but there's pretty far away from each building. But you're gonna play most likely the same in this city also. You're gonna try to find like show points or points like they're most likely to hit the mine. And if you want, you can also do this ones. People are, they can pass through here, but they gotta like hug, the corner. And also try to play some rooftops, because being down as a not movement character is pretty not great. So place rooftop, play rooftops, and place the mines on the edges. Because remember, that way they can wall climb. But when they get like over here, they're gonna see the fire and they're gonna say like, "Oh crap!" and it's gonna be too late, and they're gonna be hit by the mine, and they're gonna fall down if they don't have shields. So place the mines on the edges, and if they climb up, then you can do the perimeter. Try to push them away. Stay on the high ground, of course, and try to poke from distance, like trying to jump and getting cover, right? Just do damage from up here. Dabi does pretty consistent damage, so it's not that bad. Also, if you're down here in the in the floor, then of course place the mines. If you know there's people like above you, try to play like around them, And if they can push, then place mines like around this area and stay like around the mines. Everything is like playing around the mines, right? It's more passive, of course, again. But anyways, this is the main building right here, I believe. And if you wanna play here, then try to place the mines again. And if you wanna play in this one, this is a pretty good one for Davi and all characters. Place the mines where they can come from, right? They can come from that way. Some people can be over there and snipe you, so just try to be, careful and track where they at and try to find cover. And that's pretty much it for the Broken City. And like the landslide, they're pretty much the same, but I believe this one is better. And if you're going to land on the Broken City, then try to land on the high ground, of course. If you see the map over here, you see this is the crap. This is difficult. This is the main building, right? This is the far corner building, and you can see more or less where the buildings are. Try to land on them. Don't 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 land on the floor if you can't really get up there. But again, you can use the movement and get up there pretty easily using the wall run. But that's it for the Broken City, and the landslide is more or less the same. Here we are in the mountains with the bridges. I don't know how you call it, but here we are in the mountains, Rocky Mountain, whatever you want to call it. I don't really recommend landing on this part of the map, or staying in this part of the map, because as you can see, Davi has zero movement, and you gotta climb a lot, and there's a lot of openings where you like place the mine, and they could just run around it or jump them, or it's pretty difficult to play Dabi in this area. So if you still want to land because there's a big chest to open, then you can just land on one of the two high grounds and try to place mines on the bridges. And if people land with you, then first, if you want to run, let's just run. But if there's like 5 or 6 people and there's a lot of chaos, then you do your perimeter, place mines, like two of them, and then fire. That's like the playstyle in this area. But I don't really recommend it because there's gonna be a lot of climbing, and if you don't have the movement and you fall down and all that, then you're gonna have a lot of trouble. And there's not really any ways to do the ninja like wall climb because there's no perpendicular buildings or mountains to each other, right? So if you're gonna come to this area, try to come here with the movement card or the movement, build or whatever you want to call it. And that way you can just wall run up walls and be faster, in this area. Try to pop it when you're like right here in the mountain, and that way you can just run up and use it most effectively. Because if you pop it and you pop it here and you want to wall climb that, then it's gonna like take a little bit of time, but it's worth it. Popping it later, like right when you're in the wall, because that's what you're gonna use it for. You're gonna run it for the wall. But other thing that I really recommend if you're gonna play in this area and it's the final circle and just wanna win, then try to play on the caves over here. Place mines on the entrances, place mines in the air, and just really make this area your zone. Maybe like one alleyway or two, and or like this big opening over here. Just place mines, and if they play from that way, then try to like poke from the cover, right? And that way, you just pop like basic FPS mechanic, like pop and shoot. Don't worry about aiming, of course. Just shoot it and get cover again. They shoot a lot faster than you. Some of the enemies. So try to in a 1v1 try to shoot and then dodge and then shoot and then dodge, and that way you can wait for your ammo to go up again. And if they push you, then or if you're getting like hit a lot, then try to place the perimeter, shoot a little bit more, and that way you can stand up a chance against Bakugo and Todoroki and all the OP characters. So that's pretty much it for all the areas. Other areas I probably didn't cover is the fire area and the landslide and like water zone, but they're pretty like neutral. These are like the pretty big areas like the cities, the mountain and the broken city, and of course the default like map. Hope you enjoyed today's video. It was pretty fun to make and I learned a lot since this is my first tutorial ever. I play a lot of Overwatch but never got around to like making tutorials for the game. But still I hit like Grandmaster 1 in console and Tougher Hunger in console. And let me know if you have any additional tips for Davi. Since I'm just passing on the knowledge, I'll probably make more tutorials later, probably on Shigaraki, since he's also a fun character to use. But other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and remember to subscribe if you want to see more content. And that will be everything. Bye bye.